Yo, CM Slut Cars coming at you again. So today I'm over at the workbench, and I mentioned the other day you need tweezers, especially if you got hands that can palm a basketball like me. Today I was working on the little bulldog car, and I put the headlights in on the front, those little yellow suckers. That was some detail work, and also the windshield, which had a bunch of glue on it, and I scuffed it up as best I could and polished it, but it's still a little smoky. And then this little vent, there's a little side vent that I had taken out to paint. There you go, you could focus the little right there. That part, the blurry part. I put that in. So once again, you look at the size of my hand and the size of the car. Yeah, I needed tweezers. The other thing I wanted to say is, I talked about getting a better controller, spend 20, 30, 40, 60, whatever, depending upon your budget, on a better controller than the stock Scalextric controller. Today I'm going to talk about two things for your workbench where you can actually save money. One is a setup block. It's just a clear plastic block, and it's got a slot cut in it, and it's to adjust the height of your car and see the height of your car. Well, just take a piece of track and you can see the height of your car and adjust the height of your car, and see how it sits in the slot, just based on a piece of track. So you can hang this over a little bit like that, and you can see where the tires are hitting, or if the chassis is hitting, if it's too low and you need to raise it, get bigger tires, whatever. So that's one money saving tip. They don't need to go spend 20, 30 bucks, whatever, for a setup block. The second is I see a lot of guys, a lot of hobby shops selling tire truing machines. Well, here's a Scalextric Sport base, non-digital, and nothing to stop you from taping a piece of sandpaper right here, holding the car up, and, well, see if I can do it if I'm that skilled. Here we go. There you go. Sandpaper, all right? There's your truing machine. Just use a sport base, either the one from your track or another one. When I bought those two sets of tracks, for whatever reason, they came with 3 bases. So I'm using 2 on my big long track, especially with my power supply coming in. Until that comes in, I got a 30 volt, which the stock Scalextric is technically 32, 16 and 16, but it doesn't really give you 32 volts. It's the dirty little secret. And this power base will put out 2 amps, and the one that I'm getting, the aftermarket power supply, which I'll do a video when it comes, is putting out 10 amps. So that's enough to run those cars that won't run on my track because their motors draw too much amperage, and the magnets hold them to resist them moving to the point where you really got to give it, anywhere from 2 to 5 amps per car, per lane, which is why I went for the 10 amp power supply. So anyway, today was about saving some money. So don't buy a tire trimming machine, just use a power base with some sandpaper, and put it on your workbench instead of your layout, so it's easier to clean up. Get a little shop vac to clean up the dust after you true the tires. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube about truing tires. It's part of a tune-up of a car. As I said, you just basically take a piece of sandpaper and tape it to the track, and then hold the car up with one hand, and then the other hand you have the controller where I'm holding my phone, and then you just lower the car and kind of rock it gently back and forth, side to side, over the sandpaper, and then you look and see where it's white and where it's black on the tire. And if it's still black and not white from being sanded, you keep sanding it until it's all white, uniform gray, uniform in color. That means you've sanded down all the high spots, and your tires are contacting the maximum contact patch they can make, which is what you want. And the next video I do, I'll show you. I have a pretty cool thing I came up with the front tires. Right now, the common method is to take off the front tires, remove them from the front rims, put them on the backs, and do the method I just showed you. But I came up with something different because I'm a problem solver, that's why. Anyway, that's it. Today's a short one compared to the other videos. Just use a piece of track to see how your car sits on the track, and use a spare power base or your one power base disconnected from your setup to true the tires. Hell, you can leave it on the setup and just clean up real good afterwards with a wet rag or something like that. So that's it. CM slots out. You all are getting spoiled. I'm doing like a video a day. Haven't solved the dead spot problem yet on the track. It's still dead on the hills. I was working on the Bulldog car today, so I did not do that. But the next video I'll make will be of car going around the whole track, because I will iron out those issues, because I really want to run full speed down that straightaway. So I'll get that done. But today was about the setting the car height. Just use a regular piece of track. You don't need the flat block, a setup block they call it. And for tire truing or testing cars, whatever, there you go. Just use that track. Save some money.